just this weekend in Chicago, 60 people were shot in Chicago just this weekend. That's not even to speak about the murder rate for the major cities in America going up over 1/3, over 35% year on year, which is the largest increase we have seen since 1968. And at that point, the murder rate had gone up year over year by 13%. So we are way up when it comes to murders in the United States. Obviously, it's related to what's gone on with the police. And by the way, in Chicago, there was a young officer, 29 years old, Ella French, shot in pulling over a car. She's dead. Her partner also shot, fighting for his life right now. And when Mayor Lightfoot there was asked, hey, do you think the rise in attacks on cops in the city might be related to the anti-cop rhetoric? She put up her hand and said, just stop it. Stop it. It's like, no, you stop it, Mayor Lightfoot. You and the others who try to demonize police writ large because of some bad cases that have gotten outsized media coverage, you stop it because you're part of the problem. And this weekend, Andrew, Cori Bush, one of these big defund the police folks, she's a Democrat from Missouri, was asked about the fact that notwithstanding the fact she's pushed defund the police at every turn, it turns out she has spent $70,000 of taxpayer money on her own private security. And here she was defending that move. Listen here.
I'm going to make sure I have security because I know I have had attempts on my life and I have too much work to do. There are too many people that need help right now for me to allow that. So if I end up spending $200,000, if I spend 10 more dollars on it, you know what? I get to be here to do the work. So suck it up, and defunding the police has to happen.
Tell it to the 453 murdered people in Chicago just this year. They might have benefited from some police presence too, Cori.
The one thing that I found very disturbing about the BLM protests is that last summer is that normally these protests can be very angry and very vociferous. For example, if you want to be a protest police abuse, then it's a perfectly legitimate, admirable in some ways thing to do and chant your slogans. But they chanted them at the faces of the cops hired to keep them safe. Mm-hmm. And there's something about that just, I do not believe, I'm a civil libertarian, I do not believe police should abuse people. And I think it's very important for us to be vigilant about it. I think we should protest it and we should do everything we can to prevent it. But you do not generalize and then take a random cop who's policing your march and shriek at them that they are bastards, pigs, all the other things, screaming at them in their face. I saw one picture of this young white woman, I think a student, just yelling at this older black cop, accusing him of being an agent of white supremacy. And it just made me sick, to be honest. Yeah. The way in which cops in general have been, the definition of bigotry, Megyn, is generalizing from a few to everybody. And in that sense, the way that the BLM marches were targeting random police, just people, they had no idea who they were. They might be the best cop in the beat and accusing them of the sins of a handful. That is called bigotry. It is the definition of it. And you can be bigoted towards cops. And when, the New York City Pride March actually prevented gay cops, people who are out in the job, people who for the last 25 years have had courage and integrity and done their job well as cops while also being gay, they were prevented from marching in the gay Pride March in uniform. Ridiculous. And again, who are you attacking here? Is this about Derek Chauvin? Fine. But these people who were unbelievable heroes, who have real integrity and who took on a very hard task. And when these first cops came out in their units, it wasn't easy. They really, old enough to remember when that happened. And to see those same cops be treated this way by gay people just infuriated me. Mm-hmm. And infuriated a lot of us among the gays. Most of us did not want that to happen. You do polling of the gay public, and 80% wanted the gay cops to be marching, overruled by a clique of woke fanatics. And it's incredibly depressing, because the other thing is that we're seeing around the country, city after city, police morale really collapse. Public denunciations of the cops without any qualifications has consequences. It really does. And the consequences are not being felt by prosperous students at Yale. They're being felt by 3-year-olds in downtown DC.